Hello. Welcome to I Stitch Birds. Wait, I can't speak anymore. I hope this is the channel where you're meant to be and you're here to watch me talk about stitching. I just hope you still remember me because I feel like I've been gone absolutely forever. I mean, it's been over 4 weeks. I can't believe that it's been that long. I thought that I would be back for the end of July, and I don't know, things just happened and I've been feeling just not great. July hasn't been great. It really hasn't. I have struggled a lot with this crazy head. And yeah. So anyway, if you haven't met me before, because there seems to be some new subscribers, my name is Laura, or you're more than welcome to say it the English way, say Laura. Or you can call me what I've been known as the last couple of weeks, the gloomy pumpkin or the grumpy pudding. Grumpy pudding is definitely what I've been calling myself lately. I feel like I've been either sad or gloomy, kind of both at the same time, as well as grumpy. And whenever I'm grumpy pudding. Yeah, it does great. My poor husband. But tonight, my lovely cat Maggie decided to jump on my desk and stopped me from stitching. She pretty much told me that it's time to go through my little videos, see what I've got there, and finally film a Flosstube video. So I don't know if you guys have been messaging her or have you been promising her like treats or something, because she was very, very keen to get me doing all this. She was just nodding off on my desk while I was watching my own videos. I don't know if she just enjoyed listening to my voice or what. But I've got the usual list of the videos. 26 of them. So even though it has been a while since I filmed, I don't have a huge amount of videos. I mean, it is quite a few, but that's fairly normal. It's because I worked a lot on the same whips. So there hasn't been like the need to keep filming very often. But let's just have a look at what I have. And we're going to get caught up with whatever I've been stitching. I hope I'll remember to show everything, because I realized I hadn't actually filmed everything I was supposed to or usually do. So let's just see. Anyway, in my last video I was doing I had like a couple of projects that were daily ones. I had the 30 minutes a day project, which for June was the Bothy Threads Curious Hen. And then I had a strand a day project, which was the Buttercup Biscornu. So how about we just jump straight in and start with the finish. So let's start this Flosstube video off with the bang, because it is finish time. Well, you have seen this one before because I finished this one already a while ago. Gosh, those gold beads and the cryonic, the specialty stitches, so pretty. Absolutely love these golden lines because they look so sparkly in real life. Just amazing. But yes, I finished the bottom half. Oh my god, I am absolutely giddy about this. I feel so giddy. It is amazing to have this finished. When I picked this as the Strand a Day project, I thought it would honestly take much longer to get it finished, because I just remembered how much I was struggling when I first started doing these 201s. And but then with one strand I seem to be making like two letters, finishing 2 letters or thereabouts. So all of a sudden they just started adding up and I got it finished. So that was the last bit. I finished the B and the O. Wow, that is just, it's so exciting. So exciting. Oh my gosh, look how bumpy and ugly these look. But we don't care. We don't care because they need to be lifted up so that they look all cool. Wow. Now just to find some courage to try and sew it together, and because I have done one bisque corner, but I'd made a total mess of when I was sewing it together. So hope to do a better job with this one. But wow. Keep coming finishes, keep coming. So how was that? I was so excited to finish the bisque corner, and no, I still haven't put it together, so it just has to wait. The time will come, for sure. And yes, since I finished that one, because it was the Strand a Day, I had to pick another project as Strand a Day. Let's have a look at that video. So, after the super exciting finish of the bisque corner, yeah, I'm still so happy. It was time to pick the next project to be my Strand a Day one. I was sort of pondering between 2, but yeah, I was pretty sure that I knew which one I wanted it to be, because this one really needs some of that very short, like just a little bit at a time. But to tell you the truth, I am so scared. So it is this one, which is Floral Lamb by the designer Jelena Shat, or Jelena Dushkina. Why did I find this one? Oh my goodness. Look at all those specialty stitches. Like, there's cross stitches, there was this head and the legs, and that's it. Everything else is some sort of specialty stitches. And I have barely done anything. So here is where I'm at. So of course I started with the cross stitches because they were the easy part and really fun too. I mean, I love that head. That looks so great. Then I started with some of these, but then got so overwhelmed and of course thought I was doing a terrible job, and you know, the usual me going all over the place with things, and stopped. And it's hard to bring this kind of weight back to work on when you got all the other ones that you can pick instead. So I think that's why I really want to bring it now for the Strand a Day. So maybe I can just do like one of these specialty stitches a day, or 2, you know, whatever it ends up being. So yeah, I've just done like a few here and I think that one there. So there's plenty to do. The great thing is that this pattern comes with really good instructions. So these are the stitches I've worked on. So there's absolutely step by step how to make the whole thing. And in the smaller size, and like even the smallest one, like depending on whereabouts in the pattern it is, so where you need to go. So I really do like it. So every stitch that is needed for this pattern has the same kind of instructions. That certainly makes things much easier. There would be another one there. So I am both scared and really excited as well, because I would absolutely love to get this finished one day. Oh my goodness, look at that bow there. A lot of lazy daisies. Here there's a lot of French knots. Wow, it'll look really good though. That's for sure. So hopefully every now and then I'll do bit of an update, or at least every Flosstube video I'll show where I've gotten to. So wish me luck. Yeah, that was a really scary pick, but it needed to be done. I mean, I just watched through all the little videos that are coming up, and now I can't remember that did I actually show it somewhere there. So I'm gonna wait till the end of this video and show the state of the sheep whip right at the end. Right, and after that I had another finish. What? Look. You remember this one? Meow Christmas, the Gold Collection Petites by Dimensions. It is finished! Yay! Oh my goodness, it's Sunday morning. Yeah, and I got it finished. Oh, last night I got it to like 98%. And today I had these lazy daisies to finish. It had lazy daisies on this side and some on that side. So yeah, those, and then all the French knots. So some red ones, some black ones, some eyes there for the, and then there were some of these dark gold ones. I decided to skip all the white ones because I didn't really need them like for the eyes. I think they look nice already. And there would have been some white ones like at the end of these bits. Decided to skip those as well. I'm happy with how it looks, and gosh, it's like whenever you get a Dimensions kit finished, it just feels like such a crazy achievement. It's just saying that should always have a party when finishing one. I have only finished the petite ones. Yeah, definitely hope to finish one of the bigger ones as well, especially a gold one. So, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Going well with the finishes at the moment. Just, gosh. I'm really excited to look at my 21 list and maybe pick something from there to stitch. Make some more progress on. So very happy. I'm so happy. Woo. Oh, finally finished the Meow Christmas. Oh, that made me so happy. Seemed like having that extra fabric around it was the trick to getting it finished, because stitching the edges, the corners and everything was just so wonderfully easy. Loved it, absolutely loved it. And I then sent it had lots of leftover threads and everything, so I sent that off to a friend, a Stitchy friend, who has now started stitching it, so that's quite fun too. Okay, let's see, what do we have next? I think I will need to keep looking at my list a lot because my head is not working that well, so let's have a look. Okay, some more stitching, a new start, the end of that stitching, and okay, 4 videos coming up right now. So I just did my 30 minutes a day stitching and my strand a day stitching, so it's time to continue on something else. I decided that I am going to work on this one a bit. I don't know, that is it the cold weather that is making me work on these Christmas things or what, but I mean, I'm never a seasonal stitcher in any way, so maybe it's just a coincidence. Because I was looking at my 21 list and it is actually the next one on the list there, so I thought, why not, you know, best to just make it easy, you know. I don't think about it too much, and every now and then this really calls my name. The biggest struggle with this one has been too many great colors to pick from. I really struggle to choose what to stitch. I was working a bit from the smallest amount of stitches, like color, and trying to do it that way. But I decided that I'm gonna try now to work on this bottom bit here. So then I don't have to make so many decisions. I'll just start from this end and start doing these half stitches because that's like the furthest color this way, and then move to that packet. That one I've already done, well, other than back stitching. So wait. There we go. So this part, the pink is what I've already stitched, and these dark ones are the half stitches that I'd like to work on. So I'm just going to start here and keep going. I don't know if I do them all for that area or not. We'll see. So let's get going. It looks so nice, doesn't it? It really looks great, like the stars, and I love these packages. They're great. And I'm still can't wait to do the face for this one. Oh, actually, both of these sides are the half stitches, so I could actually do then the back stitching if I want to. Ooh. Well, that's very exciting. So let me have a look at what percentage I am at. I'm at 29.67%. It still has 5,391 stitches. But of that, just under 2,000 are full crosses. Then it's kind of between half stitches and back stitches. All right, I can do this. I can do this. Better put a podcast on and get stitching. Hello. It is Wednesday afternoon. Yes, look at the sparkles. My goodness, doesn't that look amazing? Wow. Yes, I am about to start stitching this one. I am a little bit scared because what if all the colors don't work with this? Of course the black will look great, but what about all the rest of it? Because I mean, it does have like the oranges and yellows, so will they stand out? Of course I could do all the, oops, there we go, do all the back stitching here then with black, so then it doesn't really matter so much because it will look good anyway. Then there's also this purple here. Will the purple look great on this one? I don't know. So maybe that's something I need to think about once I get there. And that flower also has the kind of the same color, so I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. So I'm thinking of not doing the half stitches in the background. I mean, like I said in my last video, you can't really see it so well here. Let me have a quick look. Let's have a quick look of Etsy, because that's where I had the purchase. Let's have a look. Is that where I got it? No, it's not. Never mind. Oh no, it's like trying to look it here. Okay, I'll take a break. I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. So this is how it looks in the proper mock-up picture. So the background is like very red. And so that like the areas then look nice against that, instead of the orange and yellow that I have, which would be the similar colors are. I really don't know how this is going to work out, because I feel like it would be a bit crazy to do all the half stitches on this fabric, because I think like the point of having this sort of fabric is that you don't do the background. So I think I'm just going to start stitching, see how it feels and looks, and see what happens. I just don't know. But this fabric called my name for it, so I marked the, where's the middle here, and I've counted my way up here, because I was thinking I'd start with the tip of the beak and get going from there. Over here, so start right here and see how that goes. Let me have a look. What color is that? There we go. 336 is the color. Oops, why didn't I pick it? Where did I go? Seem to be all over the place here. There we go. 336. I'm a little bit scared. Well, no better time than now to get started, right? I can do this. And I can always unpick if it doesn't look right. Yes. Yes, yes. Let's get started. Whoa. Oh dear, camera. Come on. Settle down. So, I am going to be putting this one away now. I stitched 700 plus stitches, so I am very, very, very happy with that. Yeah, it was really nice to put some back stitching here and yeah, put some in here and then more in that area, and I think it just looks so nice. I stitched some more of the package and these packages and did some of the half stitching, and just a little bit all over this bottom area as I had planned. So yeah, time to put this away, pick another whip to work on, make some more progress with them all. Good evening. It's Thursday night, June 27th, 20 to 10. And the Curious Hen has come to say hello. My lovely husband is sleeping on the couch there behind me, so no chicken sounds tonight. I'm sure you're not missing them that much. So, as you know, this has been my 30 minutes a day project in June. I still have 3 days left of the month and to work on this, but to tell you the truth, I've had enough now. I'm ready to put it away. buried away for a while. Bring it back out someday, you know. It just felt like a never-ending month trying to work. It's just progress has been just so slow on this one. But I am really happy though that there has been progress and that there isn't only that extremely pathetic start anymore. Now it looks like a chicken. So that's really good. That does make me happy. Of course, I wish that, you know, could have done more of it, but no, it was not happening. It was very much a struggle, a daily struggle, this one. So this is where I am stopping. So I did this side completely, the head and this side, and now have sort of the last few days then started moving more this way. Did that little bit of a feather there. Didn't do the other one yet, but I'm happy I did that one. This area was definitely easier to stitch than this side, but still I've just had enough for now. But it'll be a lot nicer to take it out now where I'm at, because yeah, it won't be so difficult to continue from here, but I have a funny feeling this is not coming out until listen, I decide to take it out again for like 30 minutes stitch, you know. Or maybe another challenge. God. My goodness. So there will be still a bit here, I think, and the legs. So the bottom part, you know, won't be as bad as this top. But yeah, there's still quite a bit of stitching to do. But for now, yeah, she's going away. Oh, I'm so happy to say that. I thought that, you know, I will keep going to the end of the month, but no, it's just not giving me any happiness. And oh, yeah, I'm sure you understand. So I will be back to let you know what next month's 30-minute stitch will be. I already know what it is, so yeah, excited about that. At least at the moment I'm excited about it. Okay, there you go. So certainly didn't get to the end of that Curious Hen, right? It was very, very, very difficult to work on for me. It was absolute pain every day to pick it up and try and work on it, because it's very overwhelming. That pattern is not stitcher friendly. It is just not. Size wise, great, but just how the symbols look, just no, it was not good. But it's funny that, like, when I was watching it now, because I thought I will not want to touch that for a long time, but when I watched it now, I kept thinking, you know, maybe it could come back for a stranded day. Then it would be even less stressful than doing the 30 minutes. Because even 30 minutes, it's not really that long a time. It still surprised me how little you get done in 30 minutes. You'd think that, you know, you get loads done, but no. So you never know. It might be coming back. So after the Curious Hen, it was, of course, time to pick another 30-minute project, because, you know, it was still going pretty well. So this is what I picked. Alright, so I'm back here again. Oh, what an exciting sheet of white paper. This is a lot. And black fabric. So this is going to be my 30-minute project for July. Are you ready to see? Yay! It's Perfect Halloween, designed by Elizabeth Spurlock, and this was in Just Cross Stitch magazine, Halloween 2020. So So if you have that one, go find it, start stitching it, because it is super cute. And I am not even a Halloween person at all, so for me, I suppose it's more like a autumn, maybe an autumn thing. But I just thought that it looked so beautiful, really wanted to stitch it. So that is where it's at. Which, you know, I mean, how good is it that the pumpkin is done? Like, that's fully done. So I don't have to stitch that. It's just a cat now to finish. There isn't really that much that goes above the eye. So, I mean, it isn't a huge area when you think about it. In the pattern, even the black areas are stitched with black. But I don't think that will be necessary. At least I don't think like that now. And that's kind of why I wanted to do all these grays first and then see, do I need to stitch the black or not? So yeah, so obviously I will keep going with the grays now. And why this hasn't been finished is because I struggle doing rows. I don't stitch in rows, I stitch in columns. So doing rows, I find it just very slow, tedious, just not pleasant at all. The nice thing is that, like, there will be rows going still like shorter and shorter here, but then they will start changing to columns up there, and then more rows on this side, and sort of going that way here. So a lot of the stitching won't be too bad at all. I just need to make my way up to these rows and then just go crazy. I really would like to finish this one. It's so time to finish this, isn't it? But wow, how good does that pumpkin look? Wow, the colors are just unbelievable. These greens are beautiful. And I love the cat's eyes. I did those when I last had it out, and I'm glad I did because it really looks so pretty. I am really excited to work on this more, and like, my goodness, that chicken really was a pain in the backside. It really was. I did not enjoy that ever. 30 minutes was like, you know, please, has it been 30 minutes already? I think this will be more fun. It still will be challenging, but it will be more fun. And of course, you know, when there's a chance that I might get it finished, that is even more exciting. So very, very happy to work on this one. And well, I might actually show it now that I'm here, because this is how it has ended up looking. Today is the 27th, so I will put the last chicken sticker here and whatever else I stitched today. But yeah, it just looks so fun. I love it. I love it that every day when I do make the effort of getting my 30 minutes done, I get to put a sticker down. You know, sometimes it's half a sticker and then the next day another sticker, or half a sticker here and then the following week then another sticker, and to make it complete. So, and here is where the Tour de France starts. So I'm kind of happy that I'm stopping my 30-minute stitch here. So I got one day off, and then I can start the Tour de France, get that going. And then when it goes here, I can then start working on, well, I'll be working on both the Tour de France project and this 30 minutes a day, and my thread a day as well. So I found these stickers that my friend Donna gave me. So they are a little bit on the sort of Halloween side. So I thought might as well use these. next month. And I thought if I don't have enough, then I found these bucks. So I can add these in the mix. So that should be fun. I can't wait. So that was a good pick, yeah. I really do like that whip. And I thought, because I showed you the calendar page that was like almost finished. This is what the whole whole calendar page ended up looking like. Yeah, because I didn't work anymore on the chicken for the last 2 days, so they don't have a big sticker there. But I think that is just so fun. So I will definitely be showing you the July one a little bit later in the video as well, because I have still kept going with the stickers, except today's doesn't have anything yet. Oh, because I haven't worked on my 30 minutes, that's why. Right, and then I picked a different whip to work on. I have been working, I've been stitching a lot. So 2 videos coming up. Well, today, Friday, yes I do, had to check, yes it is Friday. I was feeling a bit lost what to stitch next, because I'm not doing any more the chicken, thank goodness for that. And the 2 other France challenge starts tomorrow. So I figured I'd get out one of my dimensions whips that got the extra fabric now. So I put Winter Cabin on the Q-snap and thought, yes, I'll work on it today because that's what I feel like doing. And if I ever feel like working on this, it is a great day and I need to do it. What I want to do is work on the border. I mean, just the edge of the thing. I mean, it doesn't have a special border or anything. But I daydream. I have been daydreaming of stitching like the edge on all of my Dimensions Works project. I don't know if it'll help in any way, but I really like the idea that then I just need to like fill it in. Every side has been reached. It somehow makes it seem easier. I don't know if that's what will be in reality, but I figured let's try with this one. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. I grabbed a blend on the needle and already did a few stitches before I remembered that this is what I'm doing and that I do need to film. So I got this blend, so it's like here, then there's a break, then there's a bit more, there's a break. So I've done it once going down and up, and now I'm coming down again, and I think I will then just jump to the next part. I mean, I could stitch the little area, but I don't know, I just don't want to do that. Maybe if it's a small area, I might do it. Who knows? But yeah, any progress on this one will be great. And I'm just so excited that I now have this extra fabric, so that stitching this edge is easier at least. I'm actually wondering if that is the bottom part. Let me have a look. Let me go down here. Yes, this is the bottom, so a few more stitches there, this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will that match? I hope it matches. We'll see if it does or not. And I'm watching Sherry's, so Hecate's needle, watching her mid-year whip parade while stitching. Woohoo! Happy times. Alright, same day. It is 9:20 in the evening, and guess who's very happy? Yes, that will be me. Whee! Look at that. I did the whole edge here. Yes, And quite often, yeah, stitched a bit inwards, but did these dark blues here and went in with the black and round there a bit. I did altogether 556 stitches. I am super happy with that. I love it how it looks now. Like, it'll be so much more fun to go and fill these in instead of having to make it all the way to the edge. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with this. Very tempted to start going here now, but I think I'm gonna just put it away because I did do over 500 stitches, so that's great for a day. And I feel like I'm putting this away feeling good about it. So I am really, 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 really chuffed. Oh, these blues are a bit of a pain. There's so much blue, but here we go. There's just a little bit of half stitches with these purple ones. These ones I had done already beforehand. Gosh, from looking from here, the black doesn't look good, but it looks better from the top. I think it'll look better though once it gets washed at the end and gets a bit fluffier. But oh my goodness, I'm so happy with this. Gosh, having that extra fabric sure does help a lot. Yeah. So there we go. Some lovely progress on Winter Cabin. I think if I wasn't working on so many whips at the moment, I think I would keep Winter Cabin out more. Because it is really lovely. Like, I really want to work more on the edges now that I did that one edge, because I thought it looked so good now. So we'll see. Right. So now with the videos, we are at the end of June, which was the start of the Tour de France challenge. And well, you might as well watch the video. Just go watch that. Woohoo! The day has arrived. It is, June 29th, and today starts the Tour de France competition and the Stitchy challenge. So each day I'll be stitching as many, well, whatever the amount of kilometers they ride, that's how many stitches I will do. God, black fabric is always full of hairs and whatnot, and dusty and God knows what. So today they will ride 206 kilometers. So I'm going to stitch 206 stitches. I really like it that these are not like impossible amounts for each day, so it doesn't feel very stressful. And now I'm going to show the needle minder that I struggled to show in my last video because it just wouldn't show up. How cute is that? Oh, it is just so wonderful. Perfect for this. Perfect for this one. Oh, that's so lovely. So let me just quickly look at the current stats for this one. So I have done 4,512 stitches, which is 27.4%. And hopefully during this challenge I'll add another 3,500 stitches, which would be amazing. I mean, really, that I feel like I could get the whole face done. Okay, I just hope that I have enough enthusiasm to keep going and that I won't cry over bad stitches this time. Can't even show this because, oh, look at that, washing out even more. Maybe the stitches just don't want to be shown. But yeah, it's just that they were done with 3 strands, so they didn't look quite as nice as I was. Okay, I'm gonna get stitching this one now. Whee! Even though it's like 5 AM here in Australia, and I'm sure it's still quite a while before they start riding. I don't know if the cyclists have even gone to bed yet for the night. So, well, it's not like I'll be watching it, so it doesn't really matter. Stitchy time. Yeah, so I was really happy with the whip that I picked for that. I must say though that now afterwards I was thinking, why didn't I pick my dimensions, the Parisian bicycle, for that challenge? I mean, why? But I didn't, and I'm glad I picked that one because I really wanted to make some good progress on that, and I thought if I can make it through the challenge, 3,500 stitches would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I showed you already the new start with the raven. And then I have a very early update on the Tour de France. And let's chuck in 4 more videos after that. So you go back to the video world. I thought I'd film a little bit this way. I get to be on a video as well. So, as I filmed, I did film already, didn't I? The bird stuff. Oh my god, my head must be all over the place. Like, sometimes it's like I can't even remember what I filmed because I don't know. I work on so many things and end up filming things like, all over the place. Anyway, the raven. Here's my start. So I started from the beak. No, okay, never mind. And just get picking colors, just going that way. I kind of wish that I had the colors out to just fill the eye, but couldn't be bothered. I feel like everything would have dropped down if I had gone there. So I've done some over 500 stitches because I really do like to have that as a minimum now before putting something away, because it's like a fairly decent start. Yeah, it's been really weird that it doesn't have any black. Like it's very sort of purples. And I struggled stitching it because all the time I kept thinking that, oh, maybe I made a big mistake with the fabric choice, and everybody's going to be laughing at me that, oh, why is she so stupid that she picked that fabric? It looks terrible. That's what is like the tape that goes inside my head, like don't take a risk. I know it's from like school times where when you already get teased, then you don't want to give extra fuel, like any extra reasons for somebody to be able to tease you even more. So I know that it's that sort of thing that I so fear making mistakes, because then somebody has a chance to say something about it. It's weird though, like it is quite irrational, because like if somebody said that, they probably, if somebody said, I reckon I would have gone for such and such color, but like, yeah, would probably look great. And it would be fine. So I don't know. I think it's just so irrational. It's just, these things just make no sense really. So if you have any alternative opinions on the fabric, you are more than welcome to say them. That is perfectly fine. It's more like I'm my worst enemy. But yeah, when I realized that there was no black, I feel like I felt even more nervous about the fabric, because yeah, the black would have looked so great against it. But I mean, it doesn't look bad though. I mean, purple and orange, yellows, I mean, they look pretty alright together, right? Oh, and I got overly critical over my stitches as well because I was already in that mode, so it was not fun. So what I did on the first day when I started it, I did like 300 stitches and just stopped. I knew that it was time to just put it away, calm down, get back to it another day, and then enjoy it more. And that's what I did. So I then grabbed it and did another 200 stitches to finish the 500. I love my needle minder. Gosh, those Ginger Stitch AU needle minders are so fun. I think I definitely need this. So I have the cat. Which is awesome. And in the series, there's also bear and fox. I may need to get them both. Yeah, because they're really fun to use. Perfect for this one. I like it that this one actually shows the sparkle. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to put this away now. And yeah, excited about it. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm going to show you another thing as well. So today is the 29th of June. It's a Saturday, and today starts the Tour de France. And of course, that's what I did first thing this morning. I got started with the challenge. So today it was, so 206 stitches. I worked on the girl's face. I find it it's looking really funny at the moment. It looks like, you know, the right side that I had stitched before is like the Vermeer, you know, looks perfect, lovely, artistic. Then there's this crazy looking face that is looking more like Dudley. The sort of Dudley. Look at that. That face is not looking quite right yet. Oh dear, it's a little bit on the wonky side. But it'll be quite exciting to see how it keeps changing each day from that. Yes, I continued with this color that I had done a little bit. There, did all of that. And then I decided to just go for the eyes because I thought, well, I think it might be really nice to have the eyes, but yeah. So I did, I think, 209 stitches. And I'm just going to stop at that, whether it's fun or, you know, even if it's fun, I'm still going to stop at that so that I don't overdo it. Because I do want to get through the whole challenge. Oh, that's so funny. Yes, I'm here again. Maybe I could have done all these 3 bits in like one non-stop video, but does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter at all. So, after getting that Tour de France challenge going, I was wondering, well, what am I going to stitch today? I have today and tomorrow, and I don't need to work on the 30-minute one because the jiggy is going. So I forgot to mention that this roll here, that's the Dimensions whips that my friend Margaret sewed the extra fabric on. So it's just put there, and like yesterday, I just grabbed the whole roll and looked at, well, which one do I want to work on, and it was the winter cabin. So now I pretty much did the same. I decided I'm going to grab one of the Dimensions ones, put as many stitches into it as I can be bothered. I am going to go like stitch the edge again. So I grabbed the garden gate because this one needs a lot of work. All of my Dimensions whips need a lot of work. Mommy, who am I kidding? God. But they're going to get a lot of work now that stitching is a bit easier. Oh, here it is. all that fun extra fabric. Let's see. So this was how it's looking now to start with, and I have no idea yet which corner I'll go to. I kind of feel like stitching somehow here at the top to get that moving more, but we'll see when I put it on the Q-snap. And of course when I come back and show you what I actually did. That is when we know. Okay, anything else now that before I go? I don't think so. My kitty cat 30-minute is a day project has already a thread on it. I wanted to have it ready so that when Monday comes I can just get stitching. I don't then have to start deciding what part I am going to work on. So I feel like I'm in like well sorted here at the moment. So I'm gonna watch some court TV and put this on Q-snap, get stitching. Yeah, I hope you're all stitching too. Right, so I'm back later in the evening and still looks like nothing, but I did add 541 half stitches. I'm finding this quite difficult to stitch because it's difficult to decide which path to follow when picking a color, because there aren't really like blocks to stitch. Blocks I wouldn't mind doing half stitches, but oh well, I'll just keep stitching it bit by bit. At least there's some nice progress, so that's good. So it is Wednesday night. I am here sitting and wondering what should I stitch, because I've done my daily ones. I've done my 30 minutes. I've done the Tour de France. I have done my strand a day, and then I was like, well, what now? I mean, it's almost 10:30 or in the evening, but I've been sleeping at weird hours again, so I don't want to sleep yet. But then this one called my name. Oh, it hasn't been out for a while. Remember last year I stitched these two flowers, because this one I had as a fairly pathetic start. So here's how it's looking. It was really nice to take this out of the project bag because the colors look so bright and just super pretty on the white fabric. And I was like, yeah, that is what I need right now. Today I don't need a miserable one to stitch for once. So I just got some colors ready. Look at those pretty colors. So nice. And what I want to stitch next is this flower here, and also do the leaves here, and probably the squiggly thing. Maybe then start moving here, but yeah, if I could get that flower done, that would be pretty amazing. So little by little start stitching more of this one. This is another one that is on my current 21 list. Yeah, would have really loved to stitch the whole thing. Get it off my whips list because it is pretty. So I better get on with this one. I'm going to put some sort of police interrogation on to listen to and stitch away. Right, I'm back here with the pretty flowers. Not with much progress though. So I did do the two leaves there and went for the jiggly thingy bitty and started working on the flower, but I don't know, it's just somehow just not happening at the moment, which is a bummer because I really did want to work on this one. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I need my half this size Q-snap for this, but because I have put that together with the smallest Q-snap at the moment to have the other size for my sheep. So I don't have access to it. And I don't want to pull this one apart to make it happen either. So I guess this one just has to go away and come back another time. But still, I mean, I did make some progress, so it's not all bad. Because I so love the back stitching. It was so fun to make stitch those leaves. Actually, can't wait to bring it back. I'll make more of an effort that time then. So there we go. Now I actually, yeah, why didn't I didn't film any more updates of the Tour de France. And I think it's because I've been just feeling so lost, but I really should have done one like like after each week, sort of where I was at. Maybe at the end. I will show you where I got the end, because I didn't make it through the whole challenge. So challenge success. That was great. It was really great. So I think I might pop some pictures that I posted like on Facebook, because I tried to post there just about daily a picture sort of for my family to see where I've gone to. Yeah. Okay. But the stitching hasn't finished this yet. So let's play a couple more videos and then I'll show you something. Okay, go watch. I decided to get in front of the camera tonight. Oh, feeling a little bit tired tonight. And be feeling a little bit lost with to stitch. Well, okay, not really that lost, because as you've seen, I've been working on 3 whips every day this month. I was just starting to think about it today that, you know, working on 3 different whips, it's a fair bit. And then I've been trying to think of what to work on after working on those. So, okay, maybe it makes sense that I'm feeling a bit lost with that last one, like what to do, what to work on then. But I think tonight I'm going to get it right. Because I have been looking at my 21 list and picking from there. So that's kind of like stitching towards a goal of trying to finish something. So after already stitching to goals with 3 whips, I think it's just been too much. So I need just a whip that I just take my time, doesn't matter how long. And do you know which one it is? I think you know me well already. You might know. Yeah, it's this one. Is coming back. I think I just really need this one right now. This one is, of course, the Breath of Autumn by Oven or Oven. It is just so peaceful. Like, I took it out of the project bag and I felt like, you know, I could breathe a bit easier just looking at that. I just put it on the Q-snap. And I want to, because I mean, it's that like, oh, this side here. So I just really want to make it to the bottom here. And I think I should have put it a little bit more this way, the fabric, and then I could have stitched that bit. But yeah, I just want to make it to the bottom and then stitch whatever. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put something nice to listen to, some podcasts or something, and go with that. I must say that I still haven't put away the new kits that I showed last time. They keep sitting here next to me and so calling my name. Like, I keep thinking, maybe I should just start them all. Instead of having to even put them away, just start them all. And it has been, especially this one, that he was calling, because I think stitching this one would feel very much the same as that one. This one just would be a bit more colorful, but one that, you know, you just take your time with. But it's really hard because I really do want to work on the whips as well. So I'm going to go ahead with this one and see what I manage to get done. Okay. Hey, look who has come back. It is the Magnificent Seven. It's been gone for too long, hasn't it? I'm sorry you didn't get the chicken bag sounds, but I put it aside already. So I was going to be working today still on the oven kit, which is right there. Okay, I should show it this way. I did do a little bit of stitching, but not too much. So the reason why I have put it aside is that Oven, the company, actually gives saga files for some of their kits. I did have a saga file for that, but that saga file has is done with like using DMC, so I have to, like when I look at a symbol on the saga, I have to then look at the paper pattern to see which color it actually is. And you know, it can feel a little bit tedious at times, so I decided to finally get my act together, send a message to Oven, and you have to just send a picture of your kit, and I put there like a piece of paper on top of it with my name and today's date, so that it is from me. And I'll get back to stitching that when I get that file. So I thought that since I've already done my daily stitchings on the other things, that I'm gonna get this out because it has been calling my name, so why not? I am going to continue working on this little guy here. So where is it? Here it is. So I mean, there's some of it done, but still a lot left to do. Of course, I feel like I would be so tempted to start backstitching that, but there's going to be half stitches anyway somewhere there, so probably not. So I guess I'm just going to be just working on him otherwise. It's another one that I do have a saga file for, so that certainly helps. So I'm going to get onto this and watch Lindsay, who is talking about her plans, which were inspired by my 21 list there. So that's lovely. I can't wait to hear all about her plans for the rest of the year. And back up. Oh, I have to get a bit comfier. Oh, I was just thinking, wearing this ancient whale t-shirt again. I think this is getting so thin soon they won't last much longer, so maybe it just needs to make more appearances on the Flosstube. Right, so I showed the Breath of Autumn start and the Magnificent Seven start, and I mentioned about the saga file for the oven. So I did get that, and I wanted to show you how it is, because I think that the company is actually being really clever with this one, because I was wondering that, like, that if they give the saga, that won't that start like going around, you know, for that everybody could then stitch it. But no, because this is actually the mock-up. of the one they send you. Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it, does it? But this is actually the colors that are on the paper pattern. So it looks exactly like it. Like here is the, oh, the non-mock-up. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So a bit crazy colored. But yeah, the paper pattern has these exact colors. And and the threads, they are marked as how they are on the like the numbers that they are on the cards where the threads are with the kit. So to be able to use this saga file, you need to have the component, you need to have those threads, otherwise you will not know what color it is, and so can't use it. So I think that's really clever, and now I want all kit makers to do it, because why not? I mean, Saga is great, and it just makes stitching so much easier. So I really wish that they would do that. The only bummer at the moment is that I don't think I really worked on it, even though I got it out, and it is still out. But it's been, again, one of those that ended up just being aside. So, cause I was going to make my way down, and I think I've only added very little there. So, oh well. I'm still going to keep it out and hope that I can work on it some more. And like I said, because I've been feeling really gloomy and whatnot, so it might just be the right thing to work on sooner or later. Okay. And then we go to the next video. Back to the dogs. Hello again. Been a little bit of a difficult day today, but I had some alone time and kind of needed that today, just to get a bit of stitching done. I'm really struggling with sleep at the moment, and just a bit of everything. But I keep on stitching because stitching is great. And look who is here. Yeah, I finished the third dog. I'm pretty excited about that. There's still some of the back stitching missing because I did I stitched the dog, did the back stitching, and only after that did the half stitching. So I mean, I could do more back stitching there, but I'll leave it for when all those half stitches are done so I can finish it. But yeah, I think it looks wonderful. I love those floppy ears. Did a little bit of the next dog, which is the beagle, which I absolutely can't wait to stitch. Always like when I had some thread left over, I crossed there and worked on a bit on the beagle. Even got a little bit of back stitching as well already on the leg. So this one really is always fun to work on. I like it that the dogs aren't enormous, so it doesn't take forever to finish one. And I did think about just moving the fabric a bit now and just starting to work on the beagle, but I do have the feeling that it's better to put it away for now, and I'll work on the beagle when I next want to bring it out. That feels like the right thing to do. and I need to start my, listen to my gut feeling more. So, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Tomorrow is the Stitchy meetup day again. I'm so glad that it's on because I think it'll cheer me up a bit. It'll be nice to see everyone and see what they've been working on. And of course, as usual, I will probably do no stitches whatsoever. It's all about the social thing for me, really. But yeah, it'll be good to get out of the house and go interact a bit with other people, and I may even bake something to take with me this time. It feels a little bit scary, but I think I should do it. Okay, that's it for now. Right, I love that dog. Did you love that dog? I can't wait to get to the beagle, because the beagle will be awesome. I so love his hat especially. And I did bake I took they were carrot and orange cupcakes. I took those to the meetup, so I forgot to take pictures, but they tasted really nice. The icing was ugly, but nobody complained, so that was really good. Made me very happy. And to continue with the theme of the video, really, I have another finish. Can you believe it? Have I already shown what I have shown? 2? Have I shown more? No, 2. But I have another one. You ready? Yeah! Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. Gosh, so nice. So shows so well on the camera. Oh, isn't it just beautiful? I am absolutely overjoyed of getting it finished. And after I did all the grays, I thought, yeah, no way I'm going to start filling all these bits with black, because it looks perfectly fine like this. I really don't know why the pattern has the black charted, but maybe it's so that if you decide to stitch on a fabric other than black, that then you know where you need to put those black stitches. Oh, I felt so amazing, just so happy when I put the last stitches in. This was the perfect choice as the 30 minutes a day, because I couldn't have done more, especially some of those days. Then towards the end, I decided to just work on it when I was like, I think it was sort of like this area was like the last bits, because it was a bit bit more stitches there, so it was a little bit more overwhelming because the colors kept changing a lot. But yeah, I still love these greens with that orange and the eyes, and God, it's like it's my Maggie but with different color eyes. Yeah, totally thrilled. Very, 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 very happy. And at the moment, I feel like it would be nice to get like some sort of cool frame for it, because I think it would look really great framed. Just have to see what's available, and no doubt it'll take forever for me to get around to doing that, because as you well know, I'm not very good at that. So okay, I'm going through these really quickly. I don't think this is going to be a very long video, but it doesn't really matter. I think the main thing is just to get the video out. And did I say yet that I'm very excited about the Olympics starting? Oh, I think the pre-Olympic stuff is starting like tonight, because the opening ceremony won't be until Friday, but they're going to start already with the preliminary rounds of like football, I mean soccer. And I think there was going to be something else as well, so oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. And yeah, okay. A bit more about some more sports. And as I finished my 30-minute project for July, I picked another 30-minute project because I just did. So here's the video about that one. Well, might need to film a little bit every now and then. I feel like I've done so little filming, and it's been like 4 weeks since the last Flosstube. Ay. But as you have just seen, I'm sure I have just shown you my latest finish. Whee! So I got my 30-minute project done. How exciting is that? I decided not to pick another project as a 30-minute one now, because I felt very tired from working on so many webs. But I just realized that, well, in 2 days the Tour de France challenge will be finished, and then I wouldn't have any challenge going on if I don't pick another 30-minute one. So why not? So I showed this one already earlier in the video because I picked it to work on it, the Be Kind to Your Mind, but I don't think I have added anything to it. Or did I add a little bit of orange? I can't remember. So it just keeps sitting there, and I struggle to pick this up. So I'm thinking if I do this as a 30-minute project, it shouldn't really take forever to get done. And it's another one I'll be happy to just get out of the way and get to cross it off my 21 list. Gosh, that's always such a fun thing, isn't it? And then I get to put some more, keep putting stickers on my calendar, because I think that's probably what made me want another 30-minute project, because I wanted to keep putting stickers on it. Yeah. Alright. Well, I've got the colours ready. Well, it's this side. These ones. So I am, I don't quite know how to go about this. I mean, I've done the text in the middle, and just the dark bits of this bird. I'm not quite sure what method to, like, should I just start with this bird and just keep going, do one thing at a time, keep going round? I think that's probably the best, because then I don't have to try and think of how to jump, and don't even have to count or anything. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to finish this bird, then move on to this thing, whatever it is, and then do the next bird and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's a great plan. All right, see you soon. Yeah, I finished that one too. God, I did end up just like, okay. So when I was doing 30 minutes on this one, I usually managed to do like 1.5 birds and one of these flower leafy things, whatever it is. I mean, it has green ends and a blue flower, like flower. So I was going this way. I think I got like here. And, oh, sorry. Then one night I was just feeling so gloomy, and I did not want to even start thinking about what I might want to stitch. And this was nice and small on the small key snap, so I decided I'm just going to pick that up because I had loaded the needles ready with all the different colors that was used so that I could just pick the needle, just put it back and make it easier myself. So I ended up just working on it, and the following day I finished it. I just kept color completing. So yeah, another 30-minute project done, and another one of my December starts out of my wheat mountain now. Very, very chuffed with that too. And my lovely husband really liked this one, so he was happy that I worked on it as well. Okay. Wow. It fell on the floor. So what happened was that as I was working on the Tour de France challenge and doing the 30 minutes a day, and I also had a stranded day, it was a little bit tiring. I enjoyed it though. I really did enjoy it. But because in addition to working on those, I've been very tired because my sleep has been really bad. It didn't help it that, you know, I was watching that European Championships of the football, because that was all at night, either at 11 p.m., 2 a.m. or 5 a.m. So I was either watching one of the matches or all of the matches, or whatever. And then Tour de France started. I have never watched Tour de France or any one of those cycling races ever, other than seeing a couple of clips. I ended up watching pretty much the whole Tour de France. What? I have no idea why, but I think that the most exciting thing about it for me was just seeing all the lovely sceneries of different parts of France, and like when they're showing different towns, you see that they look so different, like the type of the buildings and the colors of the buildings and the roofs and all that. That was really exciting. I really liked that part. And so that wasn't helping my sleep either, because it started usually, the stage is like sort of 9 p.m. and they just kept cycling for hours. Oh my goodness. I'm like, how do these people do it? Like, they rode around France and going up these crazy hills, and it is just crazy. And some of them are now going to the Olympics, and I'm like, you barely had any time to rest. It is, these people are just crazy. So yeah, it's no wonder I've been very, very tired. But after I finished the those, especially the cat, I really felt like starting some new projects. So let's have a look at the first new start after that finish. Oh boy, I am feeling so terrible about how long it's been since I made my last Flosstube. It has been weeks. Just feeling so gloomy. Oh, I so want to shake this off. Anyway, maybe it's time to show what I have, since I have a new start. Did I mention it when I showed the cat? Oh my goodness. I can't even remember what videos I made. I actually didn't make a video of finishing the cat. I just showed it to you, I think before, before this one comes out. So anyway, so my plan was to start another sort of Halloweenish project after finishing the cat. Since despite not celebrating Halloween, you know, there are lots of patterns that are really cool though, and you know, just for the fun looking pumpkins or ravens or whatever, that sort of thing. So they don't really have to be Halloween. They just are, they are like the cat with a pumpkin, you know, it's just what it is. So I looked through my, some of the patterns I had. I thought whichever grabs my attention first, I'm going to go for that one. And for fabric, I got this recently from Amanda. It's a Fantasy Grey Even Weave 32 count from a local fabric shop, online fabric shop, Sew It All. It is actually a little bit mottled grey, but it is kind of hard to see because you look at it and it's like, well, is that just light? So, but it's still really nice. Appropriate needle minder. And so the pattern I picked is this one. Right? How fabulous are those pumpkins? The colors are just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I love the crow or raven, whichever it is. How does one know the difference? I still haven't looked that up. And tons of half stitches to finish it all off. And I thought that this would look really, really great on this grey. I did see an example of this one stitched on some sort of blue, like not dark blue, but something where the half stitches would show up. And that looked really, really good too. So I didn't actually, oh, excuse me. I didn't actually make a start video for this one. As another sneeze coming. I hope not. Because I've struggled a little bit with making videos, and I don't know, I just want to be in my little safe bubble here at all times. So I thought, well, it doesn't matter because I can show, I have some more of the fabric left, so I can just show it as is and then show, ta-da, you know, this is what I've done. So it doesn't matter with this one. So this is what I have gotten done. Hey! Isn't that wonderful color? This is the smaller pumpkin, the front. I said that one, I'll put it under the light a bit more here. So I set that as my goal before putting this away. So I did 733 stitches, and this is now almost 14% done. Finished it off with some of the half stitches. I thought, yeah, get some of them started. Oh, I did realize I had one orange stitch missing from there. But I love those greens and the mastery of blends. It's unreal. It's just the colors go so well together and change from one to the other, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I was going to do backstitching on this one already, but then decided to leave it for a time when I need a pick me up, and so I can get this out and do a bit of backstitching. So now it's going to go away, and I'm going to think about what I want to work on next, or maybe do another new start, because I am in the mood for new starts. And there's still plenty of them to do to get to the 50. Okay, I do have plenty of time as well, but you know what I mean. do you like that pumpkin as much as I do? Because it is amazing. The color is so beautiful. I still have it here in the desk, and gosh, I'm so tempted to do that back stitching, but yeah, need to work on other things now. But I will be really, really happy to bring it back because I do like it a lot. Okay, then I have a little bit longer video. Maybe with some tears. So it was the gloomy pumpkin on that video. I don't think that the grumpy pudding actually makes an appearance because I would... She would scare you all away, I think so. So I'll just play a couple of videos now and keep stitching and listening. Probably not that much to see. Okay. Actually, you know, it's funny though. I've been feeling all gloomy here and everything, and I just put this camera up and turned it on and saw myself, and I started smiling a bit. So that's nice. Maybe it is. I need to cheer myself up. So, oh dear. So something to talk about. You remember my wheel of projects, like the stuff that I put on it is like different like felt kits to finish or fully finish some cross stitch things that have like come with the hoop, or you know, that sort of things. So the first thing I picked was the Bluebird by Just Nan. And while putting it together, I totally messed up. And now have to stitch it again. At least it's a small one, so when the mood takes me, I'm just going to get it done. Then try again to put it together. I hope I won't have to stitch it for the third time. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, like I said, at least it wasn't a huge project, so it's not too bad. So then as I put that one to wait, because I did not want to do it immediately, I picked the next one, which was like a craft kit to make a paper vase with paper flowers coming from it. Well, it has sat next to me for, I don't know, has it been 2 months? I did not want to start. I did not want to cut the little bits for the flowers. I just did not want to do it. So for me, the sign for that was I need to get rid of it. So it went into the recycle basket, and I kept like the papers went to the recycle basket, and I kept all the other bits for possible future projects. Yeah, so not going that well, but it is what it is. I mean, some of the projects are there for me to assess that do I actually want to do it or not. And if I don't, then either give them to someone or get rid of them, whatever. So as I made the decision to get rid of that, I spun the wheel in last night. And here is the next project. It is actually one that I have started quite a while ago, but haven't finished. It is a felt kit that I ordered from England. It's by Corinne Lapierre. And it is a wool mix felt craft kit collie bird. Wait, did I? Uh-oh, I think I picked the wrong one. Let me have a look. Where's my other list? No, it is this one. I think I have just called it something else. I feel like I maybe called it French Hen, which is not. I don't know. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do now because I've taken it out. Oh, I do have a French Hen kit as well. I don't want to get it. Okay, I am going to work on this one now. Since this is the one I got out, I thought that this was the one. I can't even think of what the French Hen one is. I think it's by her as well. So when the wheel gives me collie bird, then I'll work on the French Hen. Okay, so this is it. But the idea is though that you decorate the bird in any way you wish, which is a little bit difficult for me because I really start stressing about it, you know, not being good enough, all the thingy stuff. So this is what I did when I got started. So that's part of the first half of it. I think this is the first time I did lazy daisies. I thought that they actually looked really nice on this one because I do struggle making them. And I made that sort of one. I still don't know what else I want there to be. I think I would like to have at least a couple more of the flowers. And then need to think about it. I mean, of course, the whole thing doesn't have to even be filled. I remember, though, I started stressing about this, though, that how I'm going to make the opposite side exactly the same. You know, have the flowers in the same spot, but does it really need to be exactly the same? Probably not. So that's something to work on. And I did the eye already. So I have all the other bits here. They just need to be then put together, and I got the threads and everything else here on the instructions. Now I feel a bit dim of getting out the wrong project, but it doesn't matter. It was a pure mistake. Yep, I know. I've been so hard on myself about everything again lately. It's like I just don't stop. Got the feeling as well. I've been just beating myself up so much over everything. Freaking out about everything possible that I can't do. And I struggle to fall asleep in the evening because that's when it's the worst. Like last night I was trying to fall asleep and I just, you know, it was so intense in my mind, how useless I am and I can't do anything. I just ended up bursting into tears because I just couldn't take it anymore. It was just so intense and like so brutal. Sorry. Oh, not the best thing to show. I think I'm just feeling just really tired from feeling like this. Ooh, need to start getting myself together, I think. So tonight I've had a shower. Also had some mandarins that have sat there for ages on the counter, and I made a mandarin kissel, which is almost like a mandarin soup, like a thickened mandarin soup dessert. Love eating that with whipped cream. It is so delicious. It's so delicious. I love it. I also have some apples there, so maybe I'll make an apple kissel as well tomorrow. Or bake something. So many lovely things you can bake from apples. But anyway, yeah, I've just been having this really tough time with my mind. And again, it's pretty much been just stitching that I've done. Because that is the safe spot. I need to get more courageous and start doing things again more. Actually, yesterday morning, we drove to the other side of the city to a bakery because I saw on Instagram they had a really nice looking cake with lots of cream and I wanted to try some of that. So for me that was a bit like starting to live again, you know, get out of the house and just go, you know, other side of town, just drive there just for a bit of cake, you know. It was really nice to be out. And I think ever since COVID, it became a thing that like we would go somewhere, like I don't know, to get food or bubble tea or anything. I would give Paul the order and send him into the shop to get the stuff, and I would always just sit in the car. And now, because I've been doing that for so long, I find it just really hard to go in. But yesterday I made an effort, so we both went in, and so that was really good, you know, some human interaction that way as well. And he was really happy about it as well, so it made me feel good. So little steps. Gosh, I can't stop now. I think it's been too long since I made Flosstube, and I really like talking to you guys, so. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fabric that I really would like to find something to stitch on because I love the color of the fabric. So if I find a good project for that, you will be getting another video very soon. Me showing when I'm going to be starting. Oh, I need to stop this. Okay, I'll be back soon. I'm gonna fondle some fabrics and that'll make me feel better. Hello. Yeah, it's like I'm back as promised, but a couple of hours later and I'm all teary-eyed again. Oh my god. Oh, at least seeing myself is amusing me, you know. Must be grateful for that, right? So it bugged me that I had picked the wrong project. So I went and found the actual one. So it's actually very similar to the collie bird that I had out. But this one is indeed called French Hen. Also by the same person, Corinne Lapierre. And so let me see. How do I gonna show this? Here we go. this is how it looks like. Let's see. Can you see it? I don't know. I don't know. Well enough. But as soon as I found it and I had a look at it, I burst into tears again because I looked at it and I thought, I can't do that. How can I make that? That looks so pretty. I absolutely love these. How they look. They're just so lovely. I have no faith in myself or any possible abilities whatsoever at the moment. So, but I'm gonna I'll slowly start working on it and see where I get to. No rush. Doesn't have to look exactly the same. I mean, the first thing will be just to cut the pieces and putting them together, and it has good instructions, so just like with the other one, you know, I got the different color felt here, and it looks like, well, they call it DMC, and the filling. So at least it's out and it's picked now. And this one will not go to the recycling because I really want to make this no matter how it turns out. I think that after messing up that blue bird, I'm scared. I'm scared of anything I have to put together. There it is anyway. And I do also have another new start. Yeah. So, the fabric that I really wanted to use is this one. So, it is very peachy colored. And there is my start. As if tonight isn't difficult enough, I think this is going to be a really tough stitch. Because the colors are incredibly drab. Like incredibly drab. It has the ugly browns. The dirty browns. Lots of it. Half of it is grays. I can deal better with the grays. So this is the middle, and I started here because I do middle starts, but I don't think I can work the middle, so I counted myself to the edge and have now started stitching there. I'm gonna go up to the head. That's right. And just somehow start making my way through there. So I don't know. All I want to do is now just get 500 stitches done so that this can go away. I've got 100 now, so. But yeah, the fabric is quite loose weave. It doesn't really like, it's just fine with the thread. Like, the thread is not slipping through or anything like that, but a little bit awkward to stitch on. So awkward to stitch on, and a really drab color pattern with very drab colors. Oh, I make the best choices. And what is this pattern, you are wondering? Yeah, it was actually difficult to find a pattern for that fabric, because most of the patterns I have really are best suited for white fabrics. So a peachy fabric, it was like, I don't know. Then I came across this one, and yep, I decided that's gonna go on the peach, because even though it has very drab colors, you know, it's still a very fun, really weird animal, and I think it's going to look really good on that. I don't know. But I want to give it a go. So as you can see, very dirty browns. Not very exciting at all. I feel like starting something else new now. Just like a really brightly colored. So that that can keep making me happy. And again, I had that nice pumpkin. I mean, those were nice colors. I don't know. I just feel so lost with all that I have going on. Maybe I need to look at those boxes that I have nearby and see what's waiting there to be restarted as well. And see if I do want to restart them or not. So many decisions to make. Well, I better get to it. You back? Hope you're still awake. Yeah. So, there you go. And that was just the other day. What day? It wasn't yesterday. So, anyway, haven't touched the French Hen yet. No. Nope. So, and beauty in a wreath. I don't think I've done anything to that either. No, nothing more on that one either. It's sitting there in my trolley. But as we again got to the finish of a 30-minute project, I of course looked at my 21 list and picked another one. So let's have a look at another one. I keep finishing my 30-minute project, which is fantastic. So I've had to pick another one, which is the third one for this month. Gosh, it's going well. I actually ended up just looking through my 21 list and picking something from there. So I grabbed this one. Oops, I need to open it up there a bit. So it's the Great Wave. It's a DMC kit from the British Museum. And it is for a bookmark. Is it? Oh, there it is. I suppose that is how it will look like. And it comes with the felt and the, I think that's the cardboard for it. I already did 30 minutes on this yesterday and maybe 10 minutes just now. Wow, wait, there we go. So here's how it's looking. It is another one with drab colors. Seem to be the drab color magnet at the moment when it comes to these projects. Oh my goodness. But this top is so boring to stitch. Oh, at least I don't have a lot of this color left. It's just this area here. And then that is actually fully done for the whole project. The same with the darker one. That one is already done. Thank goodness for that. But then the next exciting color is this one, this one here. So it's like off-white. Woohoo! So there's some of that, but then there will be also some blues that start coming up. I think this one was probably the darkest one of the blues. No, second darkest. So there's going to be a darker blue and then a couple of lighter blues. Here we have some more drabness that I need to finish. I think maybe I have done half of that area. So yes, there's going to be plenty of whinging and whining while I'm stitching this one, but it doesn't matter as long as it gets done. And I feel like 30 minutes a day I can put up with it for that. Because I really want this finished. I want this out of my Whip Mountain. It's making me really happy to get rid of some of these, I must say. I mean, I like how they look at the end. That's not the problem, but I don't know. There's just always some whips that, you know, don't really call to be stitched so often. So I'm keen to eliminate some of those, but I do want them finished, not just to get rid of them otherwise. So here we go. All that wonderful color delight, excitement, just oh, can't wait. I bet when I get to this part, which will be, you know, like the top of the wave, I reckon I'll probably be taking turns with doing the off-white and the blue, so that there'll be something fun to stitch. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be exciting to show where I've gone to when I finally get my video done. Alrighty. So, I haven't done my 30 minutes on that yesterday, but I did it yesterday, so I finished that area, did a little bit. Was it even with, it actually has, I think, 2 different colors here, and that was pretty much the 30 minutes. So yeah, I think after I finish doing this, filming this video, I'm gonna do the 30 minutes for today and keep this going. Because, yeah, even with the drab color, 30 minutes is very doable. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, we were at the bookmark. Oh boy, I started another new project. Here we go. Here I am again. Today is, let's see, Wednesday, July 24th. It is actually just about 1 o'clock in the morning. And I've been stitching because I have a new start. The Last Summer Day kit by Panna, another Russian brand. And this is what it looks like. Isn't that just so beautiful? It is, I mean, it is a full coverage, but it is only 12 by 12 centimeters. Or let me see, in inches, 4 3/4 square. So it is quite small, but it is so lovely. Love the whole poppy field there. And I really like her hair, like you can almost feel the summer breeze. Yeah, because I asked Paul to pick a kit from my box of smaller kits, and this is the one he picked, and it sat here next to me for a while until I had a free smaller Q-snap to use. So as soon as I had that, after putting the sheep away, I decided to start this, and I got it to the 500 stitches, which has become now my number where to put it away, put a new start away. The kit comes with Gamma brand floss, and I was a bit dreading it, but it's actually really nice. Like, I mean, when you look at it, you can't really tell to be any different or like DMC, and it actually felt quite soft, and I was just so surprised. I wonder if it used to be worse, or do I think of some other brand of Russian kit floss that I didn't like, but this has been perfectly fine. So there's 21 colors here. These end ones are all for half stitches. It's so beautiful. beautiful, that sky blue there. Yes, so let's see where I've gone to with the 500 stitches. Here it is. I started stitching the girl's hair, and after I had done that and a bit of the dress, I then decided to just stitch from the smallest color to the biggest. So that's why I've been stitching these reds, because they were some of the smaller ones, and that was the smallest one. The white there. I was just adding now this dark red, so this needs to be filled with that color too, but I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, so it's 516 stitches so far, and I am at 10.09%. Perfectly good time to stop. Yeah, really happy to have another new start. So, how gorgeous is she? Yes, I think Paul picked a really good one, so I enjoyed working on that. And as it is really tiny, I could keep working on it, but I'm happy that I got where I wanted to with the number of stitches. And I think it's one of those projects that will be nice to pick up at any point, because it goes in just a small Q-snap, and it'll be easy to work on, like do color completing. I really do like color completing. It really is fun, and it really is such a wonderful way of not having to decide what you're gonna be stitching, which direction to go. I love it. I do it whenever I can now. Of course, can't do it quite with the bigger projects, but like I said, I do it when I can. Alrighty, that was actually the very last one of the small videos. And I'm sure you are like, well, you didn't show us this, that, or the other. Or maybe you're like, okay, I think you showed us everything. I can't remember what you didn't show us yet. So either way, I still have a few more things. So I don't think I actually had the update for the Floral Sheep. So let me grab that one. Because I ended up putting it away just a couple of days ago, as I wasn't working on it anymore. The Stranded Day though is great, but I started getting a little bit too overwhelmed with it now. I got some stitches finished there, like some of the areas, and then I didn't know quite what to concentrate on next, because the pattern said to not do the lazy daisies. Wait. Yeah, don't do the lazy daisies until all the counting stitches have been done. And I'm a bit confused about that. Like, which are the counting stitches? Aren't they all counting stitches? Then again, maybe French knots are not counting stitches, that it's just those or the other ones. But I have pretty much done them now. There's tons of lazy daisies, tons of French knots, and I'm not really looking forward to either. So I think it's a good time to put it away and then bring it again when I've had long enough break from it. But to show you where I got to, there it is. How cute is that? So I've done all this greenery here, all these whatever stitches they are, I have no idea. Did the buggy and the wheels, and with the sheep I did all of these circular stitches, the bow and all that. The sheep, yeah, well, it's missing pretty much what I said, the lazy daisies and French knots, and the same here. There is still tons and tons and tons of work to get this finished, but I think it does look amazing. I am really proud of myself for getting all this done, because I really was quite scared of this whip and doing those specialty stitches. It has a lot of counting mistakes, especially among here with these circles. I thought that I was following the instructions really well, but no, kept noticing very often that, oops, that's going a little bit close now and I have made a mistake somewhere. But honestly, if the circles looked like half decent, at least the right shape, I did not want to start finding where the original problem was, because like really, well, I think there was only one small circle that I ended up not doing because it just didn't fit in anymore, and it looked fine as it was, so I'm happy with it as is. And I haven't started another Strand a Day project yet, but just before filming I decided what it will be, because as you remember from my whip parade, I'm sure I have quite a few like rather tedious projects that I still like. I will really enjoy the end result, but they are not fun to stitch. So I think I'm gonna work on this one. I mean, I love the way it looks. It'll be great, but it is a lot of like one color. You know, this to me is blocky stitching, and that's why it just doesn't call me to stitch it, despite me loving this fabric. So there it is. Last time when I worked on it, I finished that blue tealy color. So I think I'm just gonna add, yeah, Strand a Day, just to make some progress, and maybe, yeah, because it really is another whip that I would like to get rid of. Not to UFO it or cut it into pieces, as I like to do, but to get it done and get it out of my whip mountain. So there we go. Then I had another new start that I forgot to show. At the last Stitchy meetup, I started an RTO kit together with Pauline. Hi Pauline! Because she had bought the same kit as I had. It's just this one. Wonderful North. So I started it on the Ada fabric that came with it. Pauline had picked like a bluish fabric to stitch it on, and I think it was even 14 count. Right, so I started with this tree because that was pretty much in the middle, and I did not feel quite happy with the coverage. So when I came home, I decided I am actually going to pick my own fabric for it, which is pretty much unheard of with me. I just like to go with, when I get a kit, I stitch it, you know, whatever comes, but this time it just felt like the right thing to do. So I have not stitched this very much. So it is on linen, just white linen. And that is indeed the start of the tree. Gosh, it's about the same size. I would like to work on this more before I put it away, so probably try and get it to that 500 stitches as well. I don't know where I'm at the moment. Probably not very far. I've done 0.84%. And 110 stitches, so it still needs a bit of loving. But I'm glad I looked at it now, so I know what it needs. Okay, the last thing, which is the Tour de France. Do you want to know where I got to with my girl with the pearl earring? Yes. Let me grab the bag. It's still in this absolutely beautiful bag. I love this fabric so much. It is amazing. I put her away in the Q-snap. You ready? There she is. Yep. So this was the part I had done before the challenge. So everything else I did during the Tour de France challenge. So that's about 3,500 stitches, thereabouts. I am really, really chuffed with how much I got done. I could have filled those 3 stitches there as well, but it's a blend and it's needed like somewhere high up here, so I did not bother. I'll do those later on. And I've also done all the back stitching that this one has. It really has just back stitching here in the earring, the eyes, and a tiny bit here in the mouth, and this white bit there in the mouth as well, and that's it. I think she looks absolutely beautiful. Again, the mastery of the colors has been amazing. It was quite fun to work on her because she looked so crazy for quite a while. I was adding the colors. At one point, I said that I think she pretty much looking like a plastic surgery victim. Okay, I'm gonna put a picture of it here. She looked so weird, and then all of a sudden she fully appeared, and it's just so beautiful. But can you believe it, that she's now 50% done? There is still so much left to do. It's, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. So absolutely love her. It's amazing. And I tell you what, after all these drab colors, it was so nice to start stitching some of the blue there. Can't see. Oh yeah, you know you can. Lots of sort of house stitches there and everything. But yeah, it really was a good choice for that challenge, because it would have taken a long time for me to get this face stitched, because it has so many like beiges and just really boring colors for me. Lots of blends. And yeah, this way, got it done. So tonight, let me just wait. Lovely Miss Charlie Feathers, and I decided that we each get to order a kit as a reward for finishing this challenge. So I know she's already ordered hers, and I'm going to order mine tonight or tomorrow. And I'll show it to you hopefully next time, or the time after that, whenever it arrives. And since we are talking about this challenge, after the Olympics I think it's after the Olympics. Anyway, on the 17th of August starts another bike race. So instead of touring in France, this one is La Vuelta in Spain. I think they start in Portugal and then go to Spain. And now after doing this challenge, I am ready to go again. Because there's a nice little break now to watch the Olympics and just do some whatever stitching. And the La Vuelta, there is maybe 200 kilometers less than in Tour de France, so the daily stitching numbers are not going to go over 200. I think 199 was the highest number, and the lowest is the first day, which is 12. So they're only going to ride 12 kilometers, so I only need to do 12 stitches. That's an easy start. I have not decided yet which whip I'm going to pick for this one. It is not going to be the girl again. No, I can't do it. That would be just too much. And I have so many other ones that it's just I just need to have a saga file for it so that counts the stitches for me, because as a daily thing, I just want to have it as easy as possible. So at the moment, I'm thinking possibly the Winter Fox, because let me check how many stitches it has left, because it's not a huge amount. Well, I mean, it's still at 37% now. Oh, it does have more than there's 8,231 to 31 stitches left to do. I've done like 4,800. Okay. So doing 3,500, it would make such good progress on that. That is very tempting. I also like it that it fits on the rectangle Q-snap perfectly, so I can stitch anywhere and I can pick like one color and just go crazy whichever direction I want to go. Then my other option is picking one of the dimensions whips, because I have a few. They badly need loving. Certainly have tons of stitches. I think the main thing is just that like the Sunset Mountain Trail, the beautiful one with the bears, I really would like to make progress on that one. But it is constant color changing, very difficult. That if I'm having an off day, that can I get my stitches done? That's why I thought that the fox would maybe be a better option, but I still have a couple of weeks time to think about it and decide what I want to do. I am just so excited to get going again, and maybe I need to set another reward for getting that done then. There would have been even Women's Tour de France now in between, but no, that would be too much. I think if I had known how fun this would have been, would have done the Giro Italia. So the Italian cycling race before Tour de France. So hey, maybe next year, do the triple. So before I go, I thought I'll show you the calendar for July. She has all these Halloweeny looking stickers. So plenty of them. So I always circled when I did the daily stitches for Tour de France and usually put a star sticker then. And the big sticker is always for 30-minute stitching. Haven't picked yet the stickers for next month. But yeah, I've already written here in the calendar the daily stitches for the La Vuelta. So quite excited about that one. Okay. Anything else to show? I think I have a couple of patterns. But I've been pretty good when it comes to shopping. I haven't felt like shopping much, so honestly, now I feel like I can't remember what I've already shown and what I haven't. So I'll show at least a couple of things, because this one is the most... No, I'm just going to put a picture on the screen. I think that'll be the easiest. This one is I Dreamt of Summer. I'm pretty sure that that's what it's called. Then I got the July pattern for those monthly ones that I've been getting. I think that's beautiful with those sweet peas, isn't it? Quite like that, but oh my gosh, these will be so difficult to pick fabrics for. I have no idea how I'm going to manage it. Then you might remember... Well, I'll show it to you. I'm pretty sure I showed it last time. This house. So it turns out it is a seasonal... It's going to be like a seasonal series. So this one was actually spring, I think. And I bought... Where are you? I bought the summer. But the summer has no flowers? I don't know. So I'm pretty sure I'll be buying the autumn and winter when they come out as well. I also got this one with sheep. So this one, I actually would have started this already, but I'm having a little bit of difficulties because some of the threads here are from the Gamma brand, which is a Russian thread brand, and the threads are I suppose they're a bit like those whisper threads, so that they'll be a bit fluffy, but these ones I think are a little bit feltier than the whisper ones. So I have a picture of the colors that are needed, so I kind of need to look at the whisper thread pictures online and see if I can find like the good ones. So that's a little bit stressful for me. I'll do it. Then I got this one. I mean, how pretty is that? It looks... I mean, I am not a lighthouse person, like, at all. But I love it how cold and bleak this looks. Like, I can feel the cold wind just looking at this picture. I so badly want to start this one already. And I think the last one is the scenery with the ducks. It is lovely. It is lovely. And you get this also as the round version. I love it that there are these two versions, but how do you pick? Which one would you stitch, the square or the circle? I don't know. I don't know which one it'll be. Okay, I think we are now finally at the end. My goodness, I get to post a Flosstube video finally. So, as said, I am going to be very, very happy watching Olympics now for the next couple of weeks. I so hope that you'll be watching too, and I'll hope that, you know, you will enjoy just seeing people try their best at what they practice so hard for, and I hope that they'll get some great results and do a lot of their own personal records, because that always makes me the happiest. It's like, whenever somebody does their personal best, that should be celebrated. I think that's amazing. And yeah, get a lot of stitching done. And thank you so much for all the amazing comments and what you've left for me. They really have helped so much. Some of the days that was just so rough. Yeah, you all are just so amazing. It was so nice to chat again, and yeah, I'll be back hopefully sooner next time. Okay. Yes, I'm here again a couple of hours later. Of course, I managed to forget a couple of things from the video. So, first of all, I finally changed my name on Instagram. So, instead of being Laura Stitcher there, I am now I Stitch Birds. No question mark though. And, sorry. I was watching already the first football match of the Olympics, but I need to show something from my iPad. So I am doing a sale. I mean, I'm taking part in the sale. I haven't designed a sale, so don't get too excited. I'm not much of a sale stitcher, because usually, I don't know, I find the mystery ones a bit scary because I always expect that you're not going to be happy. But this one is a rainy day one, so could I really say no? I didn't want to say no. It is Plants and Petrichor. Is that how you say it? By Fine Frog Stitching. And also, if you haven't looked at Fine Frog Stitching patterns, they really have quite fun patterns actually. So it is this one, and I thought I'll just show you that's what it's going to be like. So the window with rain there, and then there'll be plants and books and whatnot on the shelves at the table in front as well. So this is starting on the 2nd of August, I believe, with the frames to stitch. And I got my fabric for it. Oh, there you can really see the color the best. This is Blue Spruce Linen by Swigert. I'll take it. Oh, this will come easy enough. It was one of the recommended fabrics, and I quite like it. I think it'll look really nice on this one. 28 count as well, so easy to stitch, which will make me happy. So there we go. I think that's finally all. Bye now, for real. Bye.